Jess and I have never seen anything quite like this. And I know that might seem like an exaggeration, but we may have well just found a new favorite place out in the desert, a land that is sacred to the Navajo Nation, Monument Valley. Welcome back to the channel, guys. If you are new here, my name is Trey, and me and my fiance Jessica have been touring the states for a little over a year now. And we are currently in northern New Mexico, about 20 minutes east of Gallup. It's been snowing nearly all week, which is beautiful, but really, really cold. And it's supposed to be spring anyways. Though our time exploring the Beastie Badlands has come to an end, we both look forward to our month-long stay in Flagstaff starting tomorrow. Initially, we were planning on heading straight on over, but we looked at the map a few weeks ago and realized we could be within a couple hours drive of a few places we have always wanted to check out. So instead of simply driving from Gallup, New Mexico to Flagstaff, we wanted to make a little weekend trip out of it and see Four Corners and the red desert landscape of Monument Valley. But per usual, we gotta pack up and get out of here today. Jess will be mad with me if we do not leave by 8 a.m. Hey Siri, take me to Four Corners Monument.
Getting directions to Four Corners Monument.
All right, we got it in about 150 miles. We are hoping that we're able to squeeze in a good amount of time at Four Corners and Monument Valley later this afternoon. But we already know that a weekend just won't do. Have you ever went somewhere new that you already knew you'd have to make plans to come back to? That's the exact feeling. This has got to be one of the most scenic gas stations I've been to. It has all these little mesas and buttes all around us, and it's kind of random because it's out in almost the middle of nowhere, just heading up to Four Corners. The weather today is clearing up and it seems to be holding out in our favor. The moon is in the full moon phase and we're hoping to catch a beautiful moonrise tonight. The weird thing about Four Corners, at least from the side we're coming into, is that you come into Arizona, just across back into New Mexico, before you turn in to Four Corners.
No dogs.
Oh, it's just for two people. There you go. They are not, but are they allowed to stay in the vehicle?
You can have them on a leash in the parking lot, but you can't take them onto the monument.
To the monument? Okay.
Since the dogs aren't allowed on the monument, they have to stay in here, and they like to check out everything and kind of sniff around and explore around the truck. These two little magic treat sticks will last me about 20 minutes, so we got about 20 minutes of time.
20 minutes starting now.
If you aren't familiar, Four Corners is represented by states Colorado, New Mexico, Utah, and Arizona. This is the section of land where all four states meet at the corners perfectly. Be aware that there is a line, but it's not so bad. A few minutes wait, and it's my turn. It's my turn to take all four states, and we got New Mexico, Colorado, Utah, and Arizona. My take is using a twister style approach, while Jess kinda just lays on the states. So how was it, Jess?
It was pretty cool.
How was it being all four states?
You know, I had to get, creative, and the first thing that came to mind was lay down.
She just laid down on the spot, so mine was like a little twister move.
You feel that snow? It's snowing. If
you like to shop and collect from different places in the world, know there are several vendors that will be happy to see you come. But don't worry, this place has authentic pieces.
Hey there, there's one on this end I would like to grab. It's the black necklace, the arrowhead. Okay. Yeah. How hot does it get here during the summer? Does it get pretty rough?
Not too bad. Like maybe the high, maybe like 105.
She said that's not too bad. I'm already sweating talking about that.
We're from the East Coast, so
okay. I mean, not as hot as like Phoenix or Las Vegas.
Oh, okay.
Look.
That's beautiful.
Obsidian.
That is beautiful.
What's the tip made out of?
Obsidian.
Obsidian?
Yeah. Real Grand Wild Turkey, twine to shadow pineapple.
How long does it take you normally to make these?
This one here, Arrowhead, about half an hour, and the rest about an hour and a half. What ethnic?
Cherokee.
Oh, you're Cherokee.
Cherokee. Yeah.
And you?
I was Puerto Rican.
He's Puerto Rican. Hey, there you go. He's from the island.
That was my grandfather's name, Furushiri. So, right, that's what that name came from. Then you see that before, right? That means the people, Navajo is a given name, right? I know what it means, but it's a long story. And Carrizo Mountain's where I'm at over here. Yeah. And then in Navajo, we have no way of saying goodbye. Yeah,
Another time.
Y'all come visit me again.
We will.
We're about to hop over and grab some fry bread.
Next time we're going to war party.
We'll do that. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah. Okay.
So the fry bread station restaurant thing was closed, so we kind of had to skip that. And there was actually 3 stations up here that you can choose from. 2 of them were closed, and the third one had just closed by the time we made it up there. So we just ran out of luck, and I guess we chatted with the guy a little too much. But we have about another 2 hours before we make it to Monument Valley, so we still have a lot more exploring to do today. If you ever have the chance to take the back roads in either of these 4 states, please do. This route to the valley takes you through Colorado, Utah, and back into Arizona at the last stretch. It's one of those rides I wish I had all my friends on. As we approached the valley, you wouldn't even need a map to know you were close. The red rocks were getting darker and more vibrant by the mile. So just getting in and getting set up, and I'm hoping the slides work because, as Jess mentioned earlier, when we were heading out from Gallup, for some reason could not get the slides to go back out and couldn't get the awning to go back in at the last minute, but here's hoping we got it all resolved. All right, Jess, moment of truth. Does our slides still work? Oh. Sweet, sweet music to my ears. Right after packing up, and with a little light left in the day, Jess and I head on out to the trails to do some exploring.
It's gonna be cool. Isn't that right?
Factual.
Isn't that right?
Everything on a dirt road is just better. You know, it just gives you that authentic feel. So Jess and I are at the trailhead for the Wildcat Trail, which takes you around the Mittens, I believe. So, and it's a good time too because we're right in time before the sun sets. I don't know. This place reminds me a lot of Moab, just not as big, just not as quite as large of a town as Moab. We're getting started now. We are strapped up, bags are on, Kenai's ready, and it is time to, hey, are you vlogging in my vlog? Is that what's going on? Are you vlogging? All right, I'm gonna cut you out then.
Dang.
Guys, it's just us.
Any fake? Wow, it is so beautiful out here. Y'all know I'm a red rock kind of girl, so this is beyond exciting. We actually weren't even supposed to be here. We just decided to make the trip out here and just stop for the night and really make the most of it. So here we go.
The Mittens are iconic. 2 similar shaped formations, roughly the same size, right next to each other. That's incredible.
Come here, good boy.
The trail is deceptive. The more we walk towards the mitten, the further it seems to be.
When Trey whips out Daddy Longleg,
A daddy.
we know that he means business.
This is a beautiful place, man. What can you say?
So the trail takes us around the mitten. Oh, right there. So,
It goes around me.
are you the mitten?
I am the mitten.
I don't know about that, but we're almost to the mitten now. Well, my eyes do be deceiving me, and I do be a bit blind.
Yes.
Don't ask.
You have to pick
No.
one.
I'm not doing it.
The Wave
Nope.
or Monument Valley.
Nope.
Do
I
it.
can't. I can't. The Wave, Monument Valley,
You gotta be strong.
and Castle Valley
Be strong.
are like my top 3. I can't.
Top 3.
Yes.
But you gotta order them. Put an order to it.
them?
Yeah, order it somehow.
Oh, okay, so Monument Valley and Castle Valley are like tied because
For
beauty, like
Like
how
number one, number
expansive it is. No, listen, I'm not giving no ratings. I can't. Y'all just go and then y'all let me know what y'all think.
what do you guys think? If you've been to Castle Valley or the Wave or Monument Valley, what's your favorite? By the time we finish discussing it, the sunset has gone and it's time for another quest in the dark.
All right, we are still on trail. It is now dark. We are relying on Trey's iPhone flashlight here to get us back home,
We got some headlamps.
and he keeps taking me off trail.
Oh, that's a lie.
Made it to the end of the trail.
Good job, man. Good job, man. You made it. Now it's time for what?
I need a shower.
Right as we were packing up and about to head out, you remember the moonrise we talked about earlier? We started to see the orange ball come up in all its glory.
that. Look at the moon coming up.
I was honestly left speechless, as this was way better than what I was hoping for. One night in Monument Valley happened to be the same night as the full moon. Near perfect timing. Originally, we were planning on eating in town because there are several restaurants in here in Monument Valley, but small town problems. Everything closes at like 8:30. There was one at like 9:30, but while we were hiking, we saw on our app that the full moon rose tonight at 9 or 9:30 or somewhere around like 9:15ish or somewhere around there, and we had a choice to make it to a restaurant or see the full moon rise over Monument Valley. Which one did we go with? Of course, the full moon rising. So, but we did see a McDonald's somewhere. It was like 20 miles away. I forgot where it was, but it was 20 miles away. It was gonna be a 30-minute one-way drive, and I was like, I'm not driving an hour for McDonald's. And Jess already ate, so she's good. So what I'm eating right now is some ground turkey, black beans, and white rice. Honestly, it's gonna be good when you pair it up with these tortilla chips. So we made it to Monument Valley all in one piece. Got to see Four Corners as well, and that was fun. Got a good hike in. We hiked into the night. That's just always a good time. And I honestly think that deserves a shot in itself. So don't mind if I do. I might have poured me one up already, and cheers to you guys. That was sake, by the way. One of my favorites. It's one of the smoothest things I can drink. That and tequila is pretty smooth. But guys, I'm gonna eat this and go to bed because we're getting up tomorrow morning for sunrise, because the place here, the campground, has a trail of its own and it leads to this arch. It's a privately owned arch. I didn't even know that was a thing. So we will see you guys in the morning. Good morning, good morning. we are on our way to the Golden Arch, and by the looks of it, we're gonna be in for a treat because it is absolutely beautiful. It's about a half-mile trail, so not too bad. But I already sound out of breath.
We saw the Golden Arch, but it wasn't actually going to be a good spot for the sunrise. So we found this spot here, and we're about to get set up and watch the sunrise and begin our day.
There are a few musts in life, and I would classify this as one of them. Watching the sunrise in the east and the full moon set in the west is something we will always remember about this place. There it is. Jess, what you think, man? It is, guys, you have to do this at least once. Sunrise right over the mittens. Polka, you a fan of sunrises, big girl? Yeah, she likes her good sunrise.
She likes to sunbathe, isn't that right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you be up here every morning when I interrupt it, girl. See, it was a little hard getting up this morning, I'd say. It was very tempting to just stay in bed and do nothing. But now it's time to go back to the RV. We're gonna get everything packed up as much as we can without bringing in the slides, feed the dogs, and then we're gonna go into town to see Golding's gift shop and maybe check out their breakfast menu.
I'm gonna get me a sticker and a magnet.
Sticker and magnet crew right here. That's all we are. A slight change in plans. We're just gonna bring our RV into town with us, you know, instead of having to come back, because we didn't really want to feel like being pressured with having to leave at 11 a.m. Kind of want to just take our time and just kind of mosey around a little bit. Let's check, make sure everything is good to go. All right, looking good. All right, looking good. In case you are wondering about the campground itself that we stayed at, it's called the Golding's Campground, and it's sort of the only one this close to the valley, and they kind of have a monopoly on the area. They have a hotel down the road, along with a grocery store, restaurant, museum, and gift shop all under their name. They also provide guided tours around Monument Valley, and my experience was pretty positive, as the staff is pretty helpful and all the facilities work perfectly. Not to mention the gorgeous campground views with their own trail system that features an arch. Can we just talk about how hard it is to leave this place? This place, one night is not enough. Jess, let's just move here. Let's just stay. I will say their gift shop is pretty nice. Authentic crafts, but do come prepared to spend a little here. All right, Jess, we're in here for magnets and stickers only. Handcrafted pillows will run you about $200, for example. And Jess and I walked away with some stickers, magnets, and a few bones for the pups. You can take that. You can take that. Do you like that? There you go, good boy. Pro tip. Go to the cafe for some brunch and get it to go because there's a cute picnic table that has incredible views of the valley to have some good fry bread at. So Jess and I got the chicken quesadillas And they're quesadillas. You know, if you've watched our Big Ben video, you know there's a place called Gordo's, and we get quesadillas over there. Those quesadillas are quesadillas, man. But these,
I get the quesadillas. I get the tacos.
I get them every now and then. She said I don't get quesadillas, but I get tacos like the al pastor and the carne asada. And these are pretty good. Don't get me wrong, they are delicious. But what would you rate them? 7, 8?
6.
A 6? And we got some fry bread. I'm so glad to be able to finally try this out. But I got the topping with powdered sugar, so we're gonna see how that works. I'm hoping the wind doesn't blow this away as I try to pour it on it.
Better hurry up before that wind kicks in.
Inaugural fry bread tasting.
Tastes like bread.
It's pretty good though, because it came from here, Jess. It came from the Navajo land. All right, Jess, where we're going?
Flagstaff.
Flagstaff. How far is that again?
In about like 3.5 hours, 4.
Let's see. Hey Siri. Take me to Flagstaff.
Getting directions to Flagstaff.
2 hours and 45 minutes. So about 4 hours RV time. To say it hurts leaving this place is an understatement. I'm super glad we came, but on the same token, we gave ourselves unwarranted heartbreak. But it's time to move on from Flagstaff, where we'll be staying at for the next month. And we're both looking forward not having to hitch up for a while, that's for certain. But it's been a while since we washed the RV, so... Alright guys, it has been a minute since we have washed our RV. I think since probably August of last year, of 2024, that we've given it a thorough wash, right? We've like brushed it off when we can, but an actual wash I think has been about August of last year. We made a point this trip to do it because we've been trying to get to it forever now. So we had to drive an extra 40 miles past where our campground is, all the way down to Verde Valley, Arizona. We're gonna wash this and then drive all the way back up to our campground. But just the RV today, not the truck. So that's what our goal is, just to get the RV washed. All in all, it took about an hour and $60 in water to give the RV a good rinse. I really need to figure out how to properly take care of the washing aspect because campgrounds don't allow visitors to wash RVs on their properties. And you can imagine how hard that would be for full-timers to keep their RVs clean. It's interesting to see the difference in landscape from Monument Valley, where it has red rocks and it's pretty warm, to Flagstaff, where the weather is cold and it's nothing but pines and snow. And they're only about 2.5 to 3 hours apart. Hey guys, it has been a little over, right at a week since I last talked to you guys from Monument Valley. It was, Kenai, he's a little frustrated that I'm outside and he's not outside, so he gets a little anxious about that. But guys, this week has been completely not a bad whirlwind, but a whirlwind nonetheless. Most of this week I've been under the weather, and Sunday night when we got home after washing the RV, we didn't have much time to really do a proper outro and send off. We got groceries, came back, set up, and that was really about it. Had to log in, and then I started really getting sick on Sunday night. It's not even really sick, it's just allergies are just kicking my booty right now. And that on top of Starlink. We dealt with the whole Starlink issue that we'll get into actually in next week's video, which is Sedona. So and we got a little thing going on with Starlink right now, but I'll give you an update on how that is going. Surprisingly, it's going fairly well. And now that I'm somewhat back to full strength about a week later, I did want to come and do a proper outro instead of doing something like a voiceover. I wanted to show my face and see you guys. And really wanted to say thank you for hanging out with us this weekend. You know, some trips are just trips in the RV world, like, you know, as if you're going from point A to point B, but there are some trips that you will remember for a long time, if not forever. And this one was one of them. Getting to spend just one single night in Monument Valley was up our dreams. I mean, that was crazy. Just being able to hike, see the full moon rise, and just spend good quality time in there. Now, will we be back for more? Absolutely. Now that we are here in Flagstaff, we'll be here for a month to see the Grand Canyon and some of Sedona. If you guys have any recommendations on your favorite hikes or anything to do in Sedona, restaurant, cuisine, exploring wise, feel free to let us know down in the comments, and we will see you next week as we try to take on Sedona. So peace, much love, and we'll see you in the next one.